Today we'll learn about databases and Access as a database. Now, what is a database program? A database program is any program that is used to store and analyze large amount of data. These were the first form of databases. Earlier, when there were no computers, database was in the form of paper ledgers or index card. This is how you would keep records of people in drawers. Now, these are just three people. Imagine you would have records of people in big drawers and there would be thousands and thousands of people. It was very difficult to find out a person and his details manually. Second form of databases, that is the earliest form of databases, were in notepads. Now, this looked much easier. By pressing Ctrl F, as you know, you can find out any person's details by just searching for his name. So this had the personal details. Now you would also have to make a separate file if you were the owner of a shop and these were all your customers. And these are the details. There would be another file that would talk about the orders. Like you can see here, Joe Smith has ordered for so many products. Now, Joe Smith is a very common name. What if two people had the same name? How would you find out which one has ordered what? We call this relations. It would be very difficult for you to find out the correct Joe Smith. Thus, there was no relationship between this database. Then came the Excel spreadsheets. You already know how to use Excel spreadsheets. They are very helpful when the data is very small, say 50 to 60 in number. But again, in thousands and thousands of data, it becomes very difficult to relate two tables together. MS Access comes to help here. In Access, you can have large number of data and you can relate two data. Every customer has a unique ID. This ID will not be given to anybody else. So, for example, if there are two people with the same name, they will have different customer IDs. You can easily search for the correct one by the unique ID that nobody else would have. Thus, Access databases are very helpful. Also, you can set up a lock and you can make sure that only you have access to certain things. Other people can also access the database, but nobody can change the data. In Excel file, anybody can open a data and change it, whereas Access is more secure and nobody can access your data. This is how it establishes relationships. You have a unique customer ID, unique order ID that nobody else would have. So for example, a lady called Paula Smith today gets married and changes her name to Paula Wilson. Her customer ID will remain the same and you will use this to find out the person's details. Thus, MS Access is a very helpful program that helps you establish relationships. You can use queries to find out a person's details very easily, which you will be learning later.